live a couple minutes ago. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Can you
let's.
still
What?
can you still hear the sound check?
Now I can, yeah, but it's not awful. Well,
Okay. Well, if at any point you want to see it, just let me know. I'll walk you right in there.
okay, great.
Even though I don't think I'm allowed to, but I also don't care.
So I set up this Google Hangout on our secondary channel. Did I tell you that?
You vaguely mentioned it, but I didn't know what you were talking about, so I just went with it.
Normally I set them up on our public channel, but then it's like I'm always worried that everyone's going to be able to see it, and then it won't just be for patrons. And
Yeah.
then I was like, what happens if I set it up? Because we have like 3 Everyone is Gay channels.
Yeah.
So I just did. Oh, somebody's here. Brienne is here.
Hi.
It still says 0 viewers, so I think Brienne's a ghost.
All right. I'll do a hangout with a ghost.
But if there are other people here, hi. Here's what's happening. Let me give the one. Oh, yes, Samantha. Okay, there are more people here. It's just for some reason it's not telling me how many viewers we have.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at my house in Brooklyn. And Danielle, tell them where you are.
I'm at the YouTube space, which is this really cool place where if you have like a certain number of subscribers on YouTube, you can like use their studio and their like edit bays and their facilities and props and equipment. It's all so amazing and awesome. However, tonight is the Radio Disney Music Awards, and they are sound checking many different Disney bands while we have this hangout. So good luck to me.
Could have been worse, you know.
Could have been way worse, yeah.
Could have been not Disney stars.
Ooh, tell me about it. Imagine it was like a metal of Korn and Friends show.
Korn and Friends.
Guys, I couldn't think of a band at all.
Korn and Friends.
Korn and Friends.
God, if Korn doesn't go on a tour now called the Korn and Friends, I'm gonna be upset. Corn and peas, you know? Corn and some mashed potatoes and peas.
Baby corns.
Okay, so we've got, let me tell you who's saying hello.
Okay.
We've got Brienne. Oh, Brienne confirming that they are in fact a ghost.
Okay, good.
Madison Narrick, good old Mads K.
Mads K.
And then speaking of Mads K, there's also K, as in Yellowbird K, is here with us. And Samantha Jolly.
Good to know.
Who also wants you to know that you are fancy.
Thank you, I am fancy.
Internet connection's looking strong over there at YouTube. Are they owned by Google?
No, they are. In fact, I am currently on the Google Guest Wi-Fi network, so it's strong because it has to.
Yeah. So all of you lovely viewers, why don't you type us if anybody has questions? Definitely get them in that Q&A app. Let us know if you're having any trouble with the Q&A app. I also happen to be on our Twitter account, so you can see the questions there.
And I am with Disney, so I am at the mercy of Kristen.
I will
say anything to me.
I will report back to Danielle on your questions. In the meantime, I want to tell you something really fun. We should just go back and forth telling them fun things until we run out of fun things.
Oh, okay.
My fun thing is that I just finished editing a lip sync. So we haven't done one of those since last year, and we did a lip sync. And spoiler alert, it's a song from a band that once was 5 and now is 4.
That's a really good spoiler.
Hint.
My fun news is I just watched that lip sync and it's fucking brilliant. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. My other piece of fun is if you keep walking by it. So.
Also, Danielle, for me, you got real quiet.
Oh, it's because I whispered. I whispered, I keep tooting.
You keep tooting? Wow, that was your fun thing?
Yes, and people keep walking by from Disney.
I want you to know that I love all of you, and I'm just deleting your hellos and ghost words so that when questions come through, I can see them. You know what I mean?
Did everyone hear that sound check? It was someone. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, who are the Disney stars, you know?
I don't know. Do you want me to go peek in? Let's go peek in here. We'll do a tour, a live
Okay,
tour.
yeah, let's peek in, and then
Live tour. Here's where
this is
I'm
what
sitting.
YouTube looks
I'm
like.
sitting there. This is where it's happening. So as you can see, I'm only blocked by this door that is open. So,
Wow, that looks real fancy.
yeah, it's pretty.
Renee Hurt is with us.
Hi, Nene.
Renee is asking, is it normal that I can only see Danielle? No, you should be able to see both of us. If anyone else can only see Danielle, let us know immediately. And then Brienne wants to know if it'll be posted on our YouTube channel. It won't be. It'll be posted on a secret YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And that's
We
because,
all have secret YouTube channels, right?
yeah, that's a common thing. That's because we want it to only be for our patrons, only you lovely people who support us. So. Yeah.
So thank you, and as a gift, only you can see us walk around.
Samantha's nodding, thinking that we can see the nodding. That's not a thing that we can see. But now Now I'm just going to picture you nodding at everything. Great.
Man, I wish we had news to give people. You know, this would be a great environment for like.
We have like that. It's our 5-year birthday. 5-year birthday.
Oh yeah, we're about to have a 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, we can just keep talking about our lives, but we're here for you, so ask away.
Answer questions and tell jokes about the questions that you ask.
On April 23rd, ooh, we can tell you first because you're patrons. On April 23rd is our 5th birthday. It marks 5 years of Everyone is Gay, which is pretty effing cool. And that day we're doing 2 stages. One is with myself and my wife, Jennifer Owen Young, and the other
is with myself and my girls, Julia Nudes. So similar.
Girls. Okay, so everyone can just see you, Danielle.
Really? I can see you.
Can you hear me?
I have to be able to hear you.
I guess
they talked about your ghost.
Right, that's right.
Weird. I can see you though. You look like a princess.
Oh, Mance K, and 1 year of the Parents Project. That is true.
That's so sweet.
I clicked on, you know what, maybe, I think that was my fault. Now they can probably see me.
What'd you do?
Well, I clicked on you for myself so that I could see you.
Oh.
But I think I might be in control.
That makes sense.
Situation. Oh my god, every person in the room has told me they can only see Danielle. So hopefully now everyone will also tell me now they can only see Kristen. We'll find out. And then I'll know that I'm in control.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, now just Kristen. Here they come. Okay, great. Okay, so I'll click back to Danielle when I feel like it.
Yeah. You get to control who sees what when we see who we want to see it. Isn't there a way to make it so it just automatically does whoever's talking?
Yeah, it was on that before. Maybe, actually, no, yeah, it was doing that before, and now it's not doing it.
Oh. I get it.
Okay, so, hi. Brienne wants to know, Brienne has a question, very important question. Let me select that.
Okay.
Are we best friends? I want to know because I tell my friends that we are and I need a confirmation.
Yes, we are best friends.
We are, in fact, best friends.
Can I ask a question? Was she asking if we are best friends with her, or was she asking if we are best friends with each other?
Oh, I assumed that you were asking. No, I didn't assume. I read it. If we were best friends with Brienne.
Oh, obviously. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
100%.
Okay, great. Great question.
Good question.
Solid question.
Hard question.
I wonder how I make this a split. Isn't there a way for me to make it a split screen, maybe? You know?
I know there is on Skype. Does that help?
Cameraman, that sounds good. Oh God. Opening cameraman. This sounds terrifying.
I know there's a way to doodle on our heads.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Going back to the Q&A app.
There we go.
Mads K wants to let us know it is not only 5 years for Everyone is Gay, it's also 5 years or 5 years. It's also 1 year for the Parents Project.
Yay.
It is.
Oh man, that's so weird that we happened to do both in April. I don't think we meant to do that.
And no.
And now here we are celebrating.
Moira, I hope I'm saying everyone's names right. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Wants to know what is next for the first person vlog.
Good question.
It's actually a great and very timely question because the next episode goes up tomorrow and includes human beings that Danielle and I are both friends with. So tomorrow's episode is called Queering Fashion, and there's actually 3 people. Oh my God. Hold on, let's tune over to Danielle for a second. Danielle, what's going on there?
Sorry, I don't know. I'm as far away as I can possibly be.
It sounded like you were sitting on the piano.
I'm not anywhere near it. Look, I'm near. What am I near? I'm near nothing.
Well,
See,
anyway.
Look how far away it is. Here we
Okay.
go. It's not even. It's like you can't. Do you see?
I can't hear it anymore. It's just, it was so piano-y. Abort! Are you done?
Am I done? Am I done? Am I done? I wish. Okay. Here, I'm going far away again. Sorry. So, talk to me about queering fashion.
So, anyway, Queering Fashion has Arabelle Sicardi, who I think maybe some of you know. She's a big deal, I guess. She does big things. She's a cool cat. Then another human named Ray Tutera, who it does custom suit design with Bindle and Keep. And then the third human is Nicolette Mason, who I know through Danielle.
She's my friend.
She's your friend.
She's my friend.
And it's really awesome. I sit down with all 3 of them and talk to them about being queer in fashion and all sorts of fun stuff. So that's next. And then we've also done other interviews that will be forthcoming. One with this girl, Kate Fagan, who is an awesome author and is a correspondent for ESPN. And then there's another one that's with somebody from Brooklyn Boyhood that talks about the intersection of race and sexuality. There's a lot of fun stuff coming from that world. So, and now we have some more questions. Thank you for that.
Oh, nice.
Somebody wants you to know it's like you're in a horror movie over there, Danielle.
That is what it feels like. Thank you.
Okay, Samantha just wants to say, I'll start the questions/comments. Thank you guys so much. I realized I was bi just super recently, and not once did I feel alone because of your videos.
Oh, thanks, Samantha.
Thank you, Samantha. That's very nice. Sorry that I'm delaying. It's like I'm running a one-man show over here.
You are. I'm so sorry to leave you hanging like this.
Okay, I'm scrolling. Okay, here's a question from Renee. You fixed the video. Yay. Also, yeah, good job, boss. Also, is it normal that it feels harder to come out to people that I've known for longer?
Absolutely. 100% normal. I don't know whose turn it is, but here I go.
I have it. Yeah.
It was absolutely harder for me. One of my best friends in the entire world, who I've known since I was 11 years old, I never actually came out to her. She was like just here visiting me and like stayed in my girlfriend's apartment, and we all hung out and blah blah blah. And she's like known of my girlfriends since forever, but I never actually came out to her because I felt so uncomfortable doing it. So I just all of a sudden was like, anyway, my girlfriend. And then that was it. I never even had the conversation. So absolutely, it makes sense. But those people are almost always the people who are like the most supportive and wonderful. So I would, Give it some time. Give yourself some patience, and then do it. Do it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking control of the screen. It's really a weird ability that I have to direct the camera. But I agree. I mean, I echo pretty much everything that Danielle has said. I think that for most people, and we like, when we talk to parents too, we also let them know that, like, if their kid hasn't come out to them until after a bunch of other people, that's actually because it's often a lot harder and a lot scarier to come out to the people that we love the most, because you just don't know. Like, I mean, I think a lot of times we should know that our friends are going to support us and love us, or that our family is going to love and support us. But regardless of how like open and accepting our family or friends are, it can be really, really difficult. So yes, totally normal.
Yeah.
Also, Danielle, I'm going to put up another question, but when we switch, why don't you mute yourself while I'm talking so that
Oh, okay, cool.
um, okay, looking for more questions. What is this? Yes, people agree, much prefer coming out to strangers. Oh, somebody was commenting on the, my mom totally doesn't get that men's sweaters are just better. I feel like, Danielle, that's not a question, but I feel like you would have something to say about it.
I do have something to say, and what I have to say is your mom doesn't get it, because men's sweaters are better. They just are. Most men's clothes are better than girl clothes. Sorry, everyone. Bye.
Okay. While we wait for you to ask more questions, I actually kind of like switching back and forth. I don't know why it feels more organized. Um, oh, here's a question. How do you like, oops, we were done with this question. How do you like the show One Big Happy?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Are you on me?
I'm on you, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I love Liz. She's a good friend of mine, and she's like one of the funniest people I know, and she's such a good writer. So I have like really, really high hopes for it, and I think Alicia's really, really great and so sweet and fun and funny, and I feel like it can only be really, really wonderful, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet because I've been gone.
Yeah, I also have not seen it, although isn't it on Thursday nights? It is, right?
It's on Tuesday nights.
Oh, it's Tuesday night, so I missed it again. Great.
Yeah.
Me too. I thought it was on Thursday, and then I saw like Liz and Rachel Instagram it, and I was like, they must just be like getting people ready. But, I also haven't seen it. I also am really excited about it. And also, can we tell them about Liz's show?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, well, I was in LA. So Liz Feldman, if for those of you who don't know, is the writer and creator of One Big Happy, and she also used to have a show on After Ellen called This Just Out, and it went away. And now that One Big Happy is here, This Just Out has come back, and the first episode had Sarah Quinn from this little-known duo called Tegan and Sarah. The second episode, I think, had Kate Monig, right? Is that how you say her name? Kate Monig?
I don't know how to say her name, but that is the person.
You're Shane from the L Word. And then there's a few other episodes that I don't know who the guests are, but I think on the fifth episode or something like that, Danielle and I talked to Liz about this is a book for parents of gay kids, and we were on it with this fucking, can I curse on YouTube? Incredible comedian. Named Fortune Feimster. If you don't know Fortune, you have to find Fortune immediately. Danielle, I'll turn it over to you.
She's so funny. She's so funny. And we were so lucky to be on the show with her. However, that means we're not funny at all. I just want to like warn you for a second that like we are the low light of the show because Feimster, man, is the funniest person I've ever seen in my life, and it was the best.
Yeah, it was really tricky for us, actually. I guess this is a totally honest hour because we're just hanging with our pals, but it was tricky because we are used to like being jokey and funny, but it was like a shorter segment and we were talking about like serious stuff coming out to parents. So we like wanted to be really funny, but then we weren't. It was a whole thing, but it was great. You'll love it. It's going to be great.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
You'll love it. Catherine wants to know, it's weird. Are people, oh, it's weird. People are like upping them, but they're not ordering themselves. Don't worry, we'll get to all your questions anyhow. The next question, which has three pluses, three pluses, is Kristen, did you and your wife settle the Rouse slash Rayos dispute? Um, we really haven't, and here's why. I haven't done any personal investigation into this matter. For those of you who might not know, I posted an Instagram video a couple of weeks ago, and I held up the sauce bottle that says Raos. I think that it's called Rouse, and she thinks that it's called Rayos, and multiple people both left like or all left comments being like, Kristen is right, I looked it up on the internet. Jenny is right, I looked it up on the internet. So like I don't really know how to believe. It's not resolved, and I certainly never looked it up on the internet, so I still don't know.
Well, my question is, have you contacted them? Have you called customer service?
You know what? I haven't. We should do a pay. I'll do a page. Here's a solemn swear. I promise that in the next month I will call them and ask them and make a video for Patreon.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay. All right. Moira actually asked us if we were going to be on This Just Out, which we answered. So we're just ahead of the game over here.
Ahead of our time over here. A couple of artists.
People are excited about Liz. Let's see. Okay, now, oh my gosh, everything's moving around. Sorry, everyone. It's like, I'm 34 years old. I can't be expected to run the internet. Okay. Teresa or Teresa? Maybe Teresa, spelled in a different way, Tarisa, wants to know, okay, is it okay for me to be mad at my ex even though the breakup wasn't her fault? I ran myself to the ground supporting her and had to end it. She was just hurtful, and I understand where she's coming from, but it hurt. I will say, yes, I think it's absolutely okay for you to be mad. I think that your anger makes a lot of sense the way that you describe it. It's like, I think a lot of times we feel like we can't be mad at people if they haven't done something that's actually wrong, or like, they haven't broken a law, or they haven't like gone out of their way to be a jerk, and so we can't be mad about something that they've done. But I don't think that's correct. You can understand where your ex is coming from and still acknowledge the fact that maybe because of stuff in her past, or maybe because of stuff in her present, she's not able to be positive, or she's being hurtful to you, and cool that you understand where it's coming from, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, and I think you can totally be mad.
I completely agree. I do want to say, though, that being mad, like, okay, a couple things. First of all, you're not ever going to get over being angry unless you allow yourself to be angry. You just have to let yourself be mad for a while and be pissed off and, like, yell with your friends about it. But I don't think that your goal should be to make sure she knows that you're mad. And I feel like we all get caught up in that sometimes. Like, you're really, really mad at your ex, so you, like, find a way to say, like, hey, we need to talk. And then you go to dinner and you just talk about how mad you are. But, like, that's not going to make you feel any better. What's going to make you feel better is, like, acknowledging that anger and, like, working through that anger and then moving on. If you're holding on to, like, trying to prove to her that you have a right to be mad, then that's like a whole different thing. But you do have a right to do that. You being mad is totally valid, and just like getting through that on your own is the most important.
Agree. Agree. Wow, lots of questions now. Okay. +5 up here from Hannah Powell. Let's finish this one. Hannah Powell says, I'm going to a lesbian networking meetup thing tonight at a massive gay bar in Hollywood, and it's really far out of my comfort zone, and I don't know what to do. Danielle, you want to lead this one off?
Lead this one off? I don't have any experience going to lesbian meetups.
I know, but you have experience as a gay person.
I do have experience as a gay person. I also have experience as doing things that make me so uncomfortable because I know I'm supposed to. And what I always do is create a list of questions in my head that I can ask people, like, how did you find out about this? Did you know someone here? How do you guys know each other? What do you do? Oh, is that thing that you do your dream job? Really? What is your dream job? That's so cool. Where are you from? I come up with questions like that so that I can at least make the conversation and make one friend at those kind of events.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I also think that, like, Listen, first of all, a lesbian networking meetup thing is interesting to me, but it's at a gay bar, so that's more familiar to me. Just a lot of things happening in that sentence. I think that, like, the less pressure you put on yourself, the better it's going to go. You know, it's one of those things where, like, sure, you can go in with a list of questions, you can go in and, like, prepare yourself, but if you're going in and you're like, well, I'm going to meet somebody, and I have to be cool, and I have to do whatever, then it's just like you get so worked up and so overwhelmed, and then you can't be you, you know? Even if you is, like, the person who trips over the bar and spills your drink, like, that's great. That's how you meet somebody, I will tell you what. Spill your drink on them. I have met many a person by spilling my drink on them. I can see, nobody else can see Danielle, but she's muted, so you have no idea what's going on over there, but I can see her laughing silently over in Los Angeles. So, Hannah Powell, I hope that helped you. There will surely be more lesbian networking meetup things in the Los Angeles area, so just go in and have a blast, you know, just have fun. Okay. Question from Catherine. Also, I do want to let everyone know that somebody, where is it? Oh, and Hannah's letting everyone know the meetup is at the Abbey. So if you're in the LA area, why don't you go on down there?
Okay, first of all, it's the Abbey on Ladies' Night. Wait till like 10:30 p.m. and then all the good jams will start, and then it doesn't matter. You're just gonna dance all night.
Okay, so there's the advice, everyone, from Danielle, who's never gone to a gay bar or done any networking.
Well, but I have been to the Abbey. I don't know. Shut up. Bye.
No, that was my point, that you had done those things, that you had. Okay, so next question is about our business. Is it hard for you to run Everyone is Gay when you guys are on separate coasts? From Catherine.
I would love to answer, but the loudest music on earth is playing.
Okay, I'll answer first, and then I'll come back to you, and maybe the music will have stopped. I also think, is the speaker in your headphones, or is it in the phone itself?
It's in the phone.
Because I think that if you hold the phone closer to your face, it'll be easier to hear you. But I'll start talking.
How is this?
Oh my God, it's very loud. It's very loud and great. I think the quick answer to this question is no. There are definitely things that are difficult. Like, I think Danielle and I would have a podcast. I think we would be doing, like, more radio shows, and we would probably get to do, like, some fun things that we don't get to do because we have to really budget our time. But on the flip side, I think because we have to budget our time, we're really efficient, and we know what we need to do and when we need to do it and how we need to do it. So I don't know. I'd say no, it's not hard, but I think there are pluses and minuses that come from both living in the same city and then not living in the same city.
Yeah, I would agree. I would also, like, venture to say that the things that are hard about running this business don't have anything to do with where we live and have everything to do with the kind of business it is. So it's like we aren't necessarily like a tech company where the goal is to sell ads, and we aren't necessarily like a t-shirt company where the goal is to sell a shirt. So it's like the things that are hard about it are the kind of business that we're running, and not necessarily the fact that Kristen is in New York and I'm in LA, because I think that, like, if anything, that has helped us because we can take so many more meetings on either coast because we always have someone there. So it's you know, harder and easier, and also has nothing to do with it.
Danielle, you look crystal clear and sound like an angel.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from you?
That's not from me. Oh my gosh, there's another person in our video chat. He's cleaning it up. Okay, sorry, everyone. Give me a second. Danielle, you can talk about a story while I clear out all of the stuff. So, oh, and also Suze Placci is here. Hi, Suze.
Oh, hey, Suze. My story right now is this is my life sitting on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? Also, the music that they're soundtracking right now is real dramatic, so I feel like I'm at the end of a movie. So I don't know if y'all can hear it, but.
Sarah Khan says, thank you for making the Valentine's video for my girlfriend. We both cried and are now taking the balls by the horns.
Oh no, I love that.
I think that was our advice.
Yeah, it had to be.
Right? It sounds like something we would say.
Sounds like take the balls by the horns music, doesn't it?
It does. Oh my God, I really can't handle the man behind Danielle. I can't at all. It's like my favorite thing. Real life. Um, okay, let's see. Mads K. Trying to figure out if I'm personally uncomfortable with a label I've chosen for myself in the past, or if I'm uncomfortable with how I think society perceives that label. That's a good ask.
Such a good question.
Yeah, hit it,
Uh,
Daniel.
well, we just answered a question sort of similar, not really, but like the idea of the answer was like, if I am so sorry, everyone, about this music. Um, okay, Kristen, you go first. I'll mute for a little bit. Maybe they'll be done.
Okay. Picking up where Danielle left off. Imagine I started singing Disney show tunes. Uh, um, I think it's a great place to be. I like to start there. I didn't realize that I could like challenge identity terms and stuff like that at all until like the last 5 years or so. And I've talked about this a little bit, but I came out as bisexual and like just totally abandoned that term because I wasn't sure that people would understand who I was if I didn't call myself a lesbian. Um, I was watching the L Word and I was dating girls, sequentially, you know what I mean, back to back, end to end. This is getting weird. I was dating girls and watching the L Word. And I felt like if I had the word bisexual as my label, people wouldn't get it. And so I changed that label. And like in the recent past, I've really reflected on that was for reasons that I actually don't agree with at all. And I think that first and foremost, you have to choose the word that resonates with you. But I know that I don't use the word lesbian because it doesn't resonate with me, but also I think the reason it doesn't resonate with me is because I know that people have very, very strong ideas about what a lesbian is, and I feel like I'm an individual, so I don't want those placed on me. So, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, same seas. I feel the same way. I mean, I feel like the entire point of having a label is to make you feel comfortable and giving you like a word that you can empower and that feels good to you. So like if you chose a word that doesn't necessarily match you right now, you can change it. You can change it 1,000 times. And I think it's more important to own a word that feels good to you than it is to like stick to a word that you once picked. And also, I think that so much of what we do is because of how society sees us and sees the way that we do things and sees what certain words mean. I mean, even just like being a woman, you can recognize the differences, or being like a person who is white, you can see the differences when you walk out of your door, how one person is treated differently from you. It's like every single thing that we say and do and every single thing about who we are is predetermined by our society. So like, yeah, that absolutely is a part of why you're probably having a hard time. But like, if that's the word that you get that feels good to you, that's your word, you know? It's all up to you.
Yeah, I agree. And I just want to say too, like as I think about this more, I feel like I'm in the same position. Like for me, the word queer came into my life before I kind of revisited why I had let go of the term bisexual, and queer feels really good to me, and I like it. I like what it does. I like that it starts conversation, but um, there's also part of me that wants to identify as bisexual simply because I think it is misperceived in the world, and I want to challenge that by existing in it, and I want to like open up spaces where people can see that being bisexual is not just one thing, it's many things and it's many different things and what have you. So I think all this to say, Mads K, it's a really great place that you're in trying to figure that out, and you might be trying to figure that out in cycles throughout your whole life, and that's totally cool. It's like words and language and identity, it's all really complex, you know?
I agree, and I want to say one more thing, just because like you talking about using a word and it empowering you in a way that is like kind of explaining to people and teaching people is really cool too, because I didn't identify as a feminist for a long time because I was like, man, the way that you see a feminist, like I don't act that way. And then like slowly I started to learn more, and it was more important to me to like explain what feminism meant at its core and to talk to people about it and like why I identified a certain way than it was to think about the word in terms of the way a lot of people see it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, I like
Yeah.
what you said. Good job.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, a question from Hannah, not related to going out at LA lesbian clubs. My my mom has recently started making it really clear that she is really worried I'm not going to find someone because I hang out with almost all straight people. How do I make her chill the fuck out because I'm 21 years old?
Oh man, I guess you can't say chill the fuck out to your mom, but also don't tell her that I said, you know what I mean? Um, I would, if it was really, really, really bothering me, I would be like, hey, here's the thing, I'm not ready to settle down right now at all, so I'm like not even looking. So you're worrying about something that like I'm not even making an effort to find, and I feel like it's just stressing you out more than it is helping. And sometimes it like just takes someone seeing something from a different perspective for them to CTFO, if you will.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I don't know how blunt you've been, but I think being that blunt is totally fine. Like, the difference between who you are at 21 and who you are at 24 and who you are at 28 are all markedly different, and you can easily meet somebody when you're 28 that you want to spend the rest of your life with, if that's even something that you're after. Which means, and I picked the number 28. Like, I mean, I think I met Jenny when I was 29, is that right? Yeah, when I was 29. And like I know people who have met people in their mid 30s, so you've got at least 7 years before you even need to start thinking about that. So I think that's what you could tell your mom. Just tell your mom Kristen didn't meet Jenny till she was 29, and like everything's fine there, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. How
Yeah.
much time do we have left?
It is 8:36, so we have like what are we doing for like 15 minutes? Yeah. Dan, you got so quiet. Okay, a question from Catherine. I've been with my lady for 5+ years, and sometimes hitched life can be boring, even living in New York City. Any tips to keep a long-term relationship exciting and fresh?
Oh my God, we just did a video about this, didn't we?
We sure did.
Well, here's the link. Just kidding, I can't do anything.
Yeah, I
But
don't think I can send links either, but it's one of our most recent videos. Keeping long-term love exciting, and actually, I sent it to a friend of mine who no, that's a lie. A friend of mine who works on the show, the little-known show Orphan Black, showed it to her girlfriend because we talk about Orphan Black in it, and then emailed me to be like, so my girlfriend thought I showed that to her because I wanted to keep our relationship fresh, and now I have to take my sweatpants off and go on a date. Very bad.
yeah. Well, that is one of the best advices we could have possibly given. I mean, a big part of it is that you get so caught up in doing the same thing all the time, and you're comfortable and you're happy doing that, so you don't feel the need to make things fresh and alive and cool. But like going on dates and making an effort to surprise each other is so important. I mean, even well, going to a
As
Radio
Danielle
Disney
was saying.
concert, for example. Okay, your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think date night is key, and you'll wax and wane with it. You know, I mean, like Jenny and I do date night, but then like sometimes we're traveling, and like a whole month sometimes will go by, and like not that we don't see each other, but we might not have a proper date night, but just remember to come back to it. You know, when Jenny gets back and when I get back from my travels in the beginning of April, like we'll try to go back to that and make sure that like once a week or once every other week we're doing a date night. And that is like phones are left behind. No phones. No phones. Like, first of all, you guys, no phones on dates. No phones. Jenny and I don't even do phones in our bedroom. We leave the phone outside. So that like automatically gives us some space to like fucking talk about shit, you know? Because otherwise you're like, oh, just gotta send this one text message. Oh, just gotta do this one thing. So like, how about no phones? And then what are other things that we said in that video besides date night? I know there were more.
I don't know, but I was just thinking like Airbnb is a really cool tool because you can find a place that's like 45 minutes or an hour from where you normally spend all your time and just like go hole up in a place that you don't know, and it can be like $75 a night or $50 a night, and it's so much cheaper than like going away, but you're still technically going away, and like you don't have to do it for a whole week because it's just an hour away, you know what I mean? So it's a really cool way to like get away without having to like legitimately get away.
Yeah, okay. So also I'm scrolling down and I see that there are like a bunch of questions and we're running a little low on time. So let's go through the next few questions and maybe Danielle and I can alternate answers so that we make sure that we get to everyone's.
That's a great idea.
Cool. Um,
You go first.
okay. I'll take Moira. I don't like lesbian because it's a noun. Oh, this is just a comment. I like gay because it's an adjective. I'm not a lesbian creature. I'm a human that is gay. That's good, Moira. Sorry that I didn't. There was a question for you, Danielle, about clothing. Here it is. A question from Emily. How do I reassure my mom that wearing boys' underwear and clothes isn't weird?
I mean, if you want to be silly about it, I would just be like, hey, I'm just comfortable, Mom. I'm just comfortable. That's all it is. And if you want to get real about it, point your mom to the Parents Project. We have a lot of stuff about gender and gender presentation, and like, I've written an essay before that's really cool. And like, I think the biggest issue that we see with parents is that they just aren't educated. They just don't know. They just like haven't seen anything in the queer community before, so it's all such a new and scary thing for them. But really, it's not new and scary. It's just something that they don't know a ton about. So the Parents Project is like a really, really cool place to send your mom if you can.
Cool. Here is Moira's question. That's the one I was trying to click, Moira. I'm 25 and loads of my friends are getting married and having babies, and I'm like a gay teen still, total baby dyke. So how do I not freak out about this? Also, how do I cope with nights out that end up about weddings and babies? Okay, first of all, I feel you, and like your friends need to calm down because you know what I mean? There's plenty of time to talk about. Let me tell you who's not going to want to talk about weddings and babies in 2 years when they're married and they have babies. Those same friends. They're going to be so over it. I think two things. I think one, you should definitely try to like find a friend or two who's not in that place because it's really important that you can just like go out and be you and not have to talk about that stuff all the time. And then two is on the freak out end. 25 is super young, and I don't mean that to like dismiss any of you who are 25. It's like a great thing. It's just that you have plenty of time. I mean, I'm literally, I got married when I was, how old? I don't know, 32? Yeah, 32. And like, maybe I'll have kids, but like, why is the rush? There's no rush. So like, don't freak out. Everything's going to be great. Shit's going to happen when it should because that's the way the life works. You know what I mean? But find some friends who aren't getting married and having babies.
I agree.
Okay, for Danielle. From Samantha. I'm kind of seeing this girl, the first one, and she's very sweet and we have fun, but she's really intense. I've communicated about how I'm moving and I like being with her, but I'm scared of being in an accidental relationship. Should I end it?
Interesting. I think no. I mean, I think that if you're being honest, then that's cool. You can be honest and be like, I love spending time with you and I want to spend a lot of time with you, and I am absolutely not ready to be in a relationship and I don't want to lead you on, because if anything, like, you're just respecting the girl that you're seeing and you're being honest with her, and that's also respecting yourself. So I think that's the goal here, is for everyone to be open with the way that they feel, to communicate those feels, and then to be respectful of if she says, like, I do want a relationship, though, then you have to be respectful of that and either step away because you know that you don't, or get into a relationship. So as long as you're both being honest and open, I think that you can keep seeing her for sure.
Nice job. Nice job, Danielle. A couple quick ones. Brienne wanted to let us know it's pronounced Menig, Kate Menig. So now we all know.
That's how it's spelled.
Couple of locational questions. Will we be coming back to New Orleans, and do we plan on visiting Central Florida? We don't have any immediate plans, but for those of you who might not know, we tour schools. So if you want us to come to the city that you're in and you are in school, you can email us at tour@everyoneisgay.com. And then we can figure it out. We can either put, if you're at a university, we'll put you in touch with our booking agent. If you're at a high school, we can talk about putting you in touch with the university or figuring out a way to get us there. But those are always good things. And then I will take this short question from Kay. How are you feeling after that dumb head cold, Kristen? I'm finally, you guys, I am finally feeling better. Danielle came into New York on the 14th, and it was like I was like just rounding the bend. I was sick for 2.5 weeks, and I've never been sick. I've never been sick for that long in my life. And every story that I told to her about like the past in my past started with, so anyway, I was in bed, or so anyway, when I was sick, and it was like never ending story of being sick. So
It was, and she has no concept of the past month of her life because she was sick the whole time. So she was like, it was either 3 weeks ago or 2 days ago.
yeah. Yes. Okay. Oh, one more quick one for me, and then I'm going to give Danielle the big question, a big question. Kristen, will you ever hula hoop in a video?
That's
Why the
good.
fuck not? Is what I say. Why the fuck not? Yes, I will.
Yeah.
God, I'm promising so many videos. I'm like, I will hula hoop. I will call Rouse. Okay. Okay. So Danielle,
Yes.
from Catherine. I wanted to come out to one of my childhood friends, but then she was saying some pretty homophobic stuff in relation to a guy from her school, and I got scared. I really wanted to, but I don't know if she'd react the same way to me. We've known each other forever.
That's a really good question. I think that you were smart to feel afraid because she put you in a position to feel afraid. And I also think that benefit of the doubt is something that I have really, really gotten to. That is something that I'm really, really behind because I think that a lot of times people say things that are like homophobic or that are against equal rights, and it's all because they don't know anyone. Like she doesn't know that she has a best friend who might be somehow in the queer community and might identify in a way that she might be offending. And some people say things that are they think are to be taken lightly, and they don't realize that they could be hurting the people around them. So I would give her a little more of the benefit of the doubt. And at the end of the day, if she is the kind of person who is going to not want to be your friend because of how you identify, that isn't the kind of friend that you should have in your life. You should have people who support you and who love you unconditionally. And I think that coming out to her will only make your life a little better because either you'll know that she's not as good of a friend as you thought, or you'll have a really good, amazing, supportive friend who's now like more understanding of the queer community.
Nice work. Nice work. A couple little short ones that came in. Are the lip syncs coming back? Catherine, you probably weren't here quite yet when we said this. They're not coming back in full effect, but they are coming back in small effect. We have reformatted some of our videos, as I'm sure a lot of you have noticed. Most of that is because we can never get the rights to the music that we lip sync to, which is really bad for our channel, and we fought it and fought it and fought it for years, but that's why we've stopped doing lip syncing in all of our videos. But tomorrow, actually tonight, if I get my act together, you'll see a lip sync that we did with a special guest. So, ta-da!
I forgot.
Yeah, there's a special guest, not just us. And then Mads K, I just want to shout you out. I've spoken out at PFLAG meetings a couple of times, specifically about the Parents Project, and they're like kids in a candy store for the first time. A lot of parents want the info, they just don't know where to get it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true, and like I think the lesson there is, please, all of you in this room with us and everyone else, help us spread the word about that book, because parents really are pretty pumped about it when they find out about it.
Yeah, if they have a place to find out, they are stoked on it.
Exactly. Okay, let's see. I think we're winding down here, everyone. We'll do one from Samantha and then one from Amy, and then see where we're at. I think that might round us out. Samantha asks, I also feel like I'm the only queer girl in Dallas, and when I find another, I'm all like, yes, let's be best friends, but I don't want to out them because I think it could be rude if they're not out. How should I do that without being a weirdo? Danielle, I'm on you.
Well, man, that's so hard because you don't want to make people uncomfortable. But if you are like kind of getting to know them and you just happen to mention that you do certain queer activities, or that you love Everyone is Gay, or that you're so excited that our book is out, or if you just like mention things that you could be mentioning to anyone, you could mention to literally anyone that you love Everyone is Gay. You could mention to everyone that like you saw a really great article on Autostraddle. You know what I mean? So I think that like as you're getting to know a person just as a person, lightly dropping hints that you are a member of the queer community, or saying like, oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend or my girlfriend or whatever it is, that will like give them the hint that they need to be able to feel comfortable. And that way you're not putting them in a compromising position, and you're also not putting yourself in a compromising position.
Agree, and I just want to make sure everybody saw Mads K also responded to this and said, I all had almost the, oh wait, no, that's for a different human. Never mind. Sorry, Mads K. Sorry, Samantha. Everyone's doing great. Okay. So I think we'll do one more question here, which is from Amy. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to be supportive of a friend crush when the friend crush may or may not be asexual? I'm not sure that I completely understand the question, so I'm going to tell you how I am reading the question so that you know what I'm answering. I'm assuming that what you're saying is that your friend has a crush on somebody who you think might be asexual. How do you advise moving forward? And I think that you advise moving forward the same way you would advise moving forward with them having a crush on anyone. I think that they have a crush on this person. That means they're attracted to this person. And asexual comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes and forms. And I think the only way for them to know if they're compatible and if they're going to work together is for them to, like, know that the other one has a crush on the other one. Start there, and then they can talk to each other about what if this person is asexual, what that means to them, and your friend can figure out what they want out of a relationship, and they can go from there. But I certainly say if they have a crush on this person, they should let the person know that they have a crush on them, and then take the rest from there, right?
Agreesies.
Agreesies.
Was that our last question?
Yeah, well, there's a few more. One's real quick. Are you planning on going to the Ingrid Summer Stage show in June? I don't know, but if I can go, I'm here in New York. I certainly will. Oops, I didn't mean to select that, but there we go. And then people are saying thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think there's just one more question in this list, so we'll do this one real quick, and this will be our last question.
Cool.
I have a friend that I've known for years, and I feel like I need to come out to him, but I don't know how to bring it up without being weird, since I could have told him so many times before. Any tips on acting casual?
Is that me or you?
I clicked on you, but it's really fun for me to watch your face. Be still.
I was like distracted during the very beginning, so all I have is any tips on being casual, and my tips are
being casual on coming out.
Yeah, but I want to just give tips on being casual as
okay. Start there. Go ahead.
Tips on being casual. I think wearing baggy clothes is a good way, and I think saying "Hey, man" at the beginning of every sentence, or like cool, and surfing is a really good way to be casual. So those are all my tips for being casual. Also, like eating tacos, eating tacos from a truck is really pretty casual. You know what I mean?
Good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Would you like me to talk about casual coming out, or would you like to continue?
Maybe if you come out while eating from a taco truck, it's like a really good way to be casual. Come out. Maybe if you come out while you're wearing like sweatpants or something, and you're like super casual.
I was really, really hoping that you were going to say that, because if you didn't, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I understand. Should we give real advice now?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think that that's kind of real advice.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I feel like your demeanor, the way that you handle yourself is the way that the conversation is going to go. And so you could literally be like, "Hey, you know how we met in 1999? I've known since then that I was gay, but it's taken me a little while, so like I need you to be cool. You know? Just like be cool. You be relaxed, and it will help your friend be relaxed. Is how
Absolutely. The way that you handle it is the way that they're going to receive it. So however you normally are with them, if you're normally just cracking jokes and you're like cool as a cucumber, I think cool as a cucumber and joke cracking is the way to go.
Yeah. Agree. And now everyone is saying thank you from Catherine and Samantha and Hannah and Brienne.
Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. I love Google Hangouts. Look what technology does for us.
We're across the world from each other, all of us, and we're making it work. And now everyone was at the Radio Disney sound check. You're welcome.
Just in case any of you are in the Des Moines area, we will be there on Saturday at Drake University. So come see us. And to the rest of you, we have a new video coming at your faces tomorrow, so that's really exciting. And Danielle, are you going to take us out with some Disney?
I wish. They just finished, so now I can't. You know what I mean?
Oh, so sad you missed the whole Disney show.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Maybe you should sing a little bit more Disney.
You said closer to the microphone was louder, so I went closer.
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Have really great nights or middle of the nights or mornings. I don't know where you are, but like have a nice rest of your hours.
Have good ones, everyone. I hope we can talk again soon with less Disney music.
Yeah, we're going to do another one of these pretty soon, probably sooner than we would have, so that we can, A, we'll try to be in one place, and B, then you won't have Disney music. And also, I know that we say it a lot, and I hope that it isn't getting old, but thank you for supporting us. Patreon is really, really building to be one of the platforms that lets us do a lot of the things that we keep doing, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay tuned for more live streams and stuff. Danielle, final words?
You guys are the best. You let us live. You know what I mean?
All right. Bye, guys. Miss you already.
Did you just pull a Zoolander?